fireworks. Is this something your learner is not happy with? Or are we currently unsure whether our learner is okay with fireworks? This is the video for you guys. However, remember, this is going to be quite an in-depth video, so please be willing to stick around. And also you can only find it in full on YouTube, unfortunately, because of the length of it, okay? So pop over to our YouTube channel now, because we're going to be talking about fireworks and adding calm for our learners. So let's get into the video. Today, it is all about, as we said before, fireworks and making sure we can have our learners calm when they come. Now, if you currently have a learner that isn't okay with fireworks, this video is for you too, okay? What we want to do in that situation is counter condition and desensitize them to fireworks, all right? So this is probably going to be part one because it's going to be a reasonably long video and it does go a lot more deeper than just this part, but this is the first initial stages and my whiteboard is just not big enough, okay? So let's get into stage one, okay? It's really important that we have some basics when we're working on adding calm around fireworks, okay? So I do want a conditioned marker word and I do want an eye contact at least, okay? So I do want these things being trained prior to fireworks and adding calm around them, okay? So if you're not sure on conditioning your marker, please check out charging/conditioning a marker on our channel and also the eye contact video if you need to do that as well. Okay, so let's get into the video. We have spoken before about houses and how not every room is the same, okay? So you need to check back on that video as well. There's a few videos. So check back on the videos of not every room is the same, okay? But in this situation, this is me looking down on my house, okay? And I have decided that room A is my favorite room for my learner, okay? So it's where I'm gonna train. Now, room A is the lounge, okay? Now, let's say, for example, in the lounge, this is my learner's bed, okay? I would like to have this corner of the room available to put my mobile phone on, okay? If there's nothing to put your phone on, just put it on the floor. Ideally as well, if you're training this, guys, having a training partner is really helpful because we can change things, as we'll discuss later in the video, to make them even easier for our learner. Okay, so step one for our learner is first going to need you and your learner in their room that's nice and calm for them, okay? I want you to have your mobile phone, head over to YouTube and search fireworks, okay? Please make sure before you start this training that your sound is turned down, okay? Don't make the mistake of turning on fireworks and it's making all that sound of fireworks do, bang, 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 and things like that. Because obviously we don't want to upset our learners before we get into the training. So make sure your sound is down, okay? And your phone is over in the far side of the corner, and we have some nice tasty treats in our pouch ready to train with our learners, okay? So chicken, ham, a little bit of cheese, okay? Making sure they're tasty things our learners love will help our training, okay? But remember, we can also take some of our learners' food throughout the day to help us assist with this training. What I also recommend is maybe a tasty treat that you don't use anywhere else but for this training if you already have a learner that is not comfortable around fireworks, okay? So we're going to put our mobile phone over here. Ideally, we'll have a training partner who's going to hold that and we'll be over here with our learner, okay? What I would like you to do as step one is play the fireworks sound, okay? For 30 seconds only on level 1. Okay, throughout that, I just want you to marker good or yes and reward with tasty things to your learner's bed, okay? Really important that when we're training, don't wake your learner up. What I mean by that is, oh, it's okay, don't worry, none of that, okay? If you find that even on level 1 for 30 seconds, it is too much, okay? You're going to pick that up before the 30 seconds is played out. Let's say it's gone 10 seconds and our learner is stressed, okay? What I want you to do is take the sound down to 10 seconds and cover the phone with your hand, okay? So again, this is why it's great if we have a training partner to help us, okay? Because we can make these slight changes, okay? If that's the case, you would then train for 3 days with the hand on the phone, okay, for 10 seconds, and all being well, we'd build up to the point where we can do that for 30 seconds and remove our hand. But let's say we haven't had to do that. Step 1 for us is a 30-second of playing the phone on level 1, and we're going to do that for 3 days, okay? Now, as long as our learner is happy with these 3 days, we are going to move on to step 2. Step 2 is we are keeping the sound the same, but we are upping our duration, okay? So we want our learner to be a little bit more comfortable in that sound for a longer period of time, okay? So again, the phone is not moving. It's staying exactly where it is, and your learner is being marked and reinforced exactly where they were before. So for the next 3 days, I want the sound to play for 1 minute, and it's still on level 1. As long as our learner's happy with this, after 3 days, we are going to move on to step 3. Now, this is where we start to up the sound, okay? We've been training this 6 days, okay? We need to make sure that when we're making something harder, we make something easier, okay? So we are upping the sound to level 2. So that means we need to reduce the time again, okay? So this time goes back down to 30 seconds, but the volume has gone up to level 2, okay? No changes. Phone's still in the same place, learner's still in the same place. We're going to carry this out for 3 days, please, okay? As long as our learner is happy and content in this situation, we will move on to step 4. Now, the sound is not changing. All that's changing is the time, okay? So 1 minute on level 2. So we'll tick these. As long as it's going well for 3 days, what I want you to do, and the reason we do 3 days is we want to see consistent happiness around the sound and the length of time without just quickly running through our stages and then our learner is not comfortable, okay? So that's why we're sticking to our 3 days. So we've done 1 minute on level 2. Now remember, whenever we up the sound, we have to drop the time. So 30 seconds on level 3 for 3 days. Phone same place, learner same place. Marking and reinforcing, not working our learner up, okay? Now, as long as that's successful, we go on to step 6. Sorry, did I call that step 4? I can't remember. But we're on step 6. So, step 6 is level 3 for 1 minute, okay? So we're going to tick, tick, and 3 days. As long as learner's comfortable, we move on to step 7. Now, we're going to up the sound. So remember, we need to drop the time. So it goes back down to 30 seconds, level 4 for 3 days. As long as the learner's happy, level 4 stays, but we then up our time to a minute. So every time we are staying on each level for 30 seconds, 3 days, for 1 minute for 3 days, and as long as it's successful, we up the sound, we drop the time, we build up through. So step 8 is continuing as we have up to level 4 throughout the rest of the sound that you have on your phone. Once you've done that, what I want you to do is drop things back down, but start to move the phone closer. Okay, so the phone was here, but now it's there. Carry on back through your steps. And then move your phone here. Okay? Work through the steps again. And then work so your phone is nice and close to your dog, your learner. You don't need to do it so that the phone is right on top of the learner in the end. But like I say, incrementally building the phone up to be closer to the dog. Now, once we've worked through that, okay, and we've got the phone to here, I want you to start making it a little bit less predictable. Okay, so we've got to the point where we can have our phone on full. We can have it on for a minute, and we have worked through our stages of getting it close to our learner. Now what I want is, like I say, a little bit of unpredictability. Okay, so the phone comes on, and sometimes it's on 2 for 30 seconds, and sometimes it's on 4 for 30 seconds, and sometimes it might be on 5 for 30 seconds, and it's just making it a little bit unpredictable, okay? And also drop it down. Sometimes it might be on 1 for 30 seconds. Once we've done that, we're going to also start to build up our routines into fireworks and also making it more like firework night. But that is going to be in part 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below how you found it. And also follow along, like and subscribe for part 2 and also future training videos. Thank you for watching.